Hello, teachers. This is Coach Boyston. I just wanted to put together a screencast here showing you how to get started with iTunes U. iTunes U now can be very, very simple. You can make it as easy as you want to, or you can make it as elaborate and detailed as you want to. So I don't want you to get too bogged down. If you were to glance at my course, I've tried to put a lot of stuff into it, and you think like, oh man, I just can't, I don't have the time for that. It actually is as simple as just typing in a daily agenda. And so I want to show you how to get started, and then you can go from there. The main thing you're going to need to get started is going to be an Apple ID. I think we probably all got one. If you've downloaded anything off of iTunes, you got an Apple ID. And so if you have one of those, then you'll be able to get going. The first thing you want to do is make sure you're operating in Safari, which is a web browser. If you have a Mac, you're good. If you're on a PC, you're going to want to make sure you download it. But I'll draw your attention up here to the top. Let's look up there. This is going to be the web address that you want to enter. All the way to Course Manager, and then just stop right there. And so if you'll enter that web address in Safari, it's going to take you to this page here for the Course Manager, where you're going to have to enter in your Apple ID information and then hit go. So let's go ahead and get rolling with it. And so once we enter the Course Manager, and obviously I already have some courses built, and so I'm already going. This is not going to be the first page you're going to see. The first thing you're going to see pop up is a couple screens wanting you to enter in some detailed information about yourself. What I mean by that is put a picture of yourself. You can see my nice little picture over here in the top left. So I would put a picture of myself. It also will want a description of just you, who you are, where you're from, what your education is. You're going to want to type up that description there. And so you'll do a lot of that background work there, and then you'll hit enter and or save, and then now you'll look at this screen. Your screen will look just like this. The only difference is you won't have any courses there. And so what you're going to want to click on is create a new course. And when you do, you're going to have this screen here. You're going to give the course a name, a short name. You're going to need to come up with an image that you're going to want. When you do iTunes U and you view it on the app, on say an iPad, it always looks like a book. And so you're going to have a front cover to the book. Well, this image is going to be your front cover. You're also going to want to select your institution. Now, if you're here in Mansfield ISD, you're going to need to contact the technology department to get linked up with Mansfield ISD. I've already done that, and that's why you see the little green check mark here in Mansfield ISD. For the time being, though, until that happens, you can just type in Mansfield ISD as your affiliation and then continue on. But before you can make a course to where more than 50 students can engage in that course or enroll in that course, if you want to keep it private, because remember, you can also go public with your course to where anybody can see it and view it, but you can't keep it private. But if you want to have more than 50 students in it, you'll need to be affiliated here with Mansfield ISD. Then the department, such as for me, I teach biology, so I put science, choose the category, so on and so on. You'll want to give a course description here. What is this course about? And then down here where it says course type, in session, or self-paced, I generally just select self-paced and just enter it in 36 weeks. If you hit in session, one thing it does for you, if you are going to keep it private and it's just for you to run your course with your students, is it gives a little more features. You have the ability to set due dates on stuff, and it has a calendar feature to kind of keep the kids going. And so just depending on what your goal is with your course, in session could be for you. I like to keep mine self-paced and then just guide the kids using iCalendar as telling them what to do. Also down here at the bottom, you're going to have licensing. If I pull this up, I'll kind of show you a few here. The one I usually select is attribution, non-commercial, share alike. I mean, what does all this stuff mean? You'll have to look it up for yourself. From what I understand, attribution just means that if somebody was to take stuff I put in my course, just give me credit. I don't care if you use it. Non-commercial means somebody couldn't take something from my course and then sell it and make it their own. They can't make money off of it. And so you can select whatever you want to. I recommend doing some research, but and just go from there. So let me go back. That's where you would create a course, and that's where you would want to select that. And you just set your course up. So now that we have a course set up, let me click on my course, which I already have set up for my biology class, just to kind of show you what it's going to look like. When you go in there, this overview, this is going to be what you just created for your course. You gave a course description, you put a picture for your course. If you need to edit it, you can always click there and go and edit it. If I click over here on the far left and I click instructor, this is going to be what you entered when you first logged into Course Manager for the very first time, and it wanted a picture of you and information about you. And again, if I want to edit it, I can just click edit and go there. And then now outline is going to be a critical part. Now, when you originally start your class, you're not going to have anything in your outline. There's going to be a little warning symbol there saying, hey, you need something for this. Well, I've already built an outline, and it's pretty simple. So like if I was to click here and hit enter, it just pops up with a new deal I can add to my outline. I can also select one that's already there, and I can go over here to the far right, and I can hit X, and I can delete that off. So, but building your outline is critical because you can think of this as compartments that you're going to put things into. This is a general area. So you can see how I set mine up for biology. Like I have an ecology on my outline. So when I get to ecology, when I go to posting as far as assignments, I'm going to have ecology as one of my headings I can post assignments under. So I can build an ecology unit with a bunch of assignment posts that represent a day all underneath this ecology heading. So whatever I build in my outline here is going to show up as a heading that I can then save things into. All right, so if I go over to post, let's look at what that would look like. We won't save my changes. If we go over to post, you'll notice here on the far left, all right, is everything that I had in my outline. And like I said, all of these kind of show up as an area. So if I click on ecology, all right, I have an area here that I can save things. And you'll notice I don't have anything in ecology. If I go to cell function, that's about the time iPads rolled in here at Summit High School, and I started going with my using iTunes U with that. And you'll notice I have lesson 1, 2, 3, all the way down to 10, which is the test. And so I have built each lesson for me. You may do it different. My wife does it different. She teaches English. But I do mine as each lesson represents a 45-minute class period. What do I want to get accomplished? And so if I wanted to go to a different unit, let's say a cell cycle unit, I can click there. And again, lesson 1 is day 1. Lesson 2 is day 2, all the way through that unit teaching that topic. And so what iTunes U is, each one of these posts is just like an agenda for the day. And you can see I have lots of stuff there. That's just me going and making video tutorials for the kids and finding resources. That takes some time. If you just wanted to use it as a way to, if you wanted to scan in an assignment and just have it posted on there for the kids to access the assignment, this would be a very easy thing to use. And obviously it can become time consuming if you wanted to add tons of stuff to your course. But like I said, you can start out small and it's just a daily agenda. So like if we go to, say, this lesson 2 right here, and we pull it up, you can see what it looks like as far as when I added that lesson to it. I gave the lesson a name. I basically outlined the agenda for the day. And then anything I want to add as an attachment is down here. And all I had to do that was give it a name and then click add an attachment. So what would that look like? Well, you can see I have 3 things here. Let's say I want to add another one. I'm going to click this plus sign here. I scroll down and it comes up with add material. I can say from my computer. So I can pull any information I have or any material, an MP4, a PDF file. I can click add computer and just add that right into as a link or right here within this post for the kids to access. Let me delete that. All right, so real simple just to add things together. But like I said, if you want to keep it really easy, you could just put the agenda in right here on the inside, give it a name, and then you may not have any links with it. But the kids at least could go to there and they know the agenda for the day. And then if you wanted to get a little further advanced, and then now you want to scan in the document the kids would use in a PDF form, and then now you can drop that PDF as a link they could click on and access that PDF as a way to not have to use paper in your class anymore. So it's just real simple just to add posts, and there's nothing more difficult than that right there, to add a post. And so this is what it looks like to you in iTunes U Manager. And then obviously if you look here at the top, you have materials, and this is just going to be a list of all the materials which you have in your course. So let me go back to post here. So that's essentially it with building a course in iTunes U. It's setting up an outline like what you see here on the left, and then it's within that, each one of those outlines, however you want to set up that outline, adding lessons or posts within each one of them that the kids could access and see, and you can put any type of resource you want to put in there. So like I said, this can be as easy or as difficult as you want to make it. But what I love about iTunes U is I've done all this hard work. It's there. I'm done. Like when I show up next year, I'm not knowing what to do. I'm just going to be able to show up and all my work is already done. Lessons are built. Obviously, I don't have a date for them, but that's fine. And so all I have to do is maybe tweak them and go from there. So let me pull up, though, what this will look like on the iPad, just so you get a glimpse at what this might look like. So if we go back here to the cell unit, again, you can see what this looks like as post. And so if we go to, say, lesson 2 here, you can see what that looks like as a post, where I've added a couple of video tutorials for the kids to look at, a link to the Socrative app to use for questioning there at the class, and then it tells them exactly what to do for the day. So let's go to the iPad and look at what this lesson looks like, just so you kind of get an idea of how this transitions to the actual iPad. All right, so here we are on the actual iPad. This is what it's going to look like to the students. And if you see the third one from the right here, that is my biology class. And so let's click on that. It's going to look almost exactly like what you saw, just maybe in a cleaner form. One thing I want to draw your attention to is on the right, you have some tabs. And if you look at that first one there, it's info. Looks a lot like what we did on the course manager. You have an overview of the course. We can click instructor. There's that. And then there's our outline, that outline that we built. And if we click the tab on the right that says post, then again, we have all these over here. That was our outline. And then we have the posts that are within them. So let's go to that cell and cellular structure and just see what that looks like. So you can see those lessons that are there. Now when they click on the lesson, it's real similar to what it looked like in Course Manager to you. It says lesson 2. It tells them exactly what to do. Now the difference is they're able to click on each one of those, and they have a link linking them to that resource. So if they wanted to click on the video there, they could click on that video, watch that video screencast, and you can see the directions tell them to take notes, come to the discussion, and we're going to use the Socrative app to discuss and take that a little further and test further what they learned from those video screencasts. And so they can click on any of those. And like I said, you can put PDFs in there. They can click on them and then use an app like Note Anytime or My Good Reader that will allow you to annotate, and they can do their work on the iPad and then email you the assignment. So there's a lot of possibilities there. You'll also notice if you go down to the tabs there on the right, there's one called Notes. And so they can actually save notes, and I can't click on it. But if I go back here to post, and you saw the videos there, if I'm watching a video on the iPad, up in the top right, there's actually a little icon that looks like a little note symbol that you can click on, and the student, while they're watching, say, a video screencast or something that you want them to watch, they can type notes, and it will save it right in here to iTunes U for them. And so right there actually with that video, so it's always accessible. So again, a lot of possibilities here with iTunes U. I hope that this made it simple and easy for you to understand. I would like to see more of us jump in on this. I think it'd be a real easy thing for us to just keep things unified for our students. And for you, once you do the work and you put everything into this, just think about the next coming years where all you're doing is tweaking it and you don't have a whole lot of preparation left. Everything's already been done. So again, I'm Coach Boydston. Hopefully that's beneficial. Email me if you have any questions. I hope you guys have a good day.